It's time to relax, grab a drink, pull up a chair by the hearth, and have a seat in the Skald Circle to listen to the tale of The Farmer and the Devil on the Island of Popefigs from France, as told by Casimir. Before we begin our story, we wanted to remind you that we release new tales for free every week. Our shorter tales release on Wednesdays, and our longer chapter stories release on every other Saturday. Find out where you can hear them on our website at thescaldcircle.com. And be certain to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. That way, you'll never miss out on one of our enchanting tales from around the world. And this is the tale of The Farmer and the Devil on the Island of Popefigs from France. Pantagruel was told that for the last 3 years there had raged in the island a pestilence so horrible that the half or more of the country had remained desolate, and the lands without occupiers. When the pestilence had gone, this man was ploughing a large and fertile piece of ground and sowing it with wheat at the very day and hour that a small devil, one who did not know how to thunder or hail except only on parsley and cabbages, and moreover could not yet read or write, had obtained leave from Lucifer to go for a holiday and recreation in the island of Popefigs, wherein the devils were very familiar with the men and women and often went there to pass their time. This devil, having got to the place, addressed himself to the labourer and asked him what he was doing. The poor man answered him that he was sowing his field with wheat, to help him to live there the following year. "Nay, but this field is none of thine," said the devil. "It is mine and belongs to me. For all this country was adjudged, prescribed, and given up to us. To sow corn, however, is not my province. Wherefore I leave thee the field, but on condition that we share the profit." "I am willing," answered the labourer. "I mean," said the devil, "that we are to make 2 lots the profit that results. One shall be that which grows above the earth, the other that which shall be covered by the earth. The right of choosing belongs to me, for I am a devil, born of a noble and ancient race. Thou art but a clown. I make choice of that which shall be in the earth. Thou shalt have that which is above. At what time shall be the ingathering?" "About the middle of July," answered the labourer. "Very well," said the devil. "I will not fail to be here. Meantime, do as is thy duty to do. Work, villain, work. I am to tempt the gallant sin of luxury the noble nuns of Petisek. Also the cowed hypocrites and gluttons. Of their desires I am more than assured. They have but to meet, and the combat takes place." When mid-July came, the devil presented himself at the place, accompanied by a troop of little devilkin of the choir. There, finding the labourer, he said, "Now, villain, how hast thou done since my departure? It is fitting now that we shall make out our shares." "It is but reason," answered the labourer. "It is but reason," answered the labourer. Then the labourer and his men began to reap the corn. The devilkins likewise pulled up the stubble from the earth. The labourer threshed his corn on the threshing floor, winnowed it, and put it in sacks and carried it to the market to sell. The imps did the same and set themselves down at the marketplace, near the labourer, to sell their stubble. The labourer sold his corn very well, and with the money filled an old half-buskin, which he carried at his girdle. The devils sold nothing. Nay, on the contrary, the peasants jeered at them in the open market. When the market was over, the devil said to the labourer, "Villain, thou hast cheated me this time. Next time thou shalt not do so." "Master devil," said the labourer, "how could I have cheated you when you had the first choice? The truth is that in this choice you thought to cheat me, expecting that nothing would come out of the earth for my share, that you would find below the whole grain which I had sown, intending therewith to tempt the poor and needy, the hypocrites or the misers, and by temptation to make them fall into your snares. But you are mighty young at your trade. The grain which you see in the earth is dead and rotten, the corruption of which has caused the generation of other which you saw me sell. So you do choose the worse. That is why you are cursed in the gospel." "Let us leave this subject," said the devil. "What canst thou sow our field with next year?" "To make a profit like a good husbandman," said the labourer, "the proper thing would be to sow turnips." "Well," said the devil, "thou art an honest clown. Sow turnips in abundance. I will guard them from the storm. It will not hail upon them. But understand thoroughly. I retain for my share that which shall be above the ground. Thou shalt have all that is below. Work, Verlaine, work. I am off to tempt the heretics. Their souls are dainty morsels when broiled on the coals. My Lord Lucifer has the colic. They shall make a tidbit for him. When the time of gathering was come, the devil appeared in the ground with a squadron of waiting devilkins. There, finding the labourer and his men, he began to cut and gather the leaves of the turnips. After him, the labourer dug and pulled up the big turnips and put them into sacks. So they all go off together to market. The labourer sold his turnips very well. The devil sold nothing. And what was worse, they jeered at him publicly. Very well, Verlaine, said the devil. I have been cheated by thee. I will make an end of the business between thee and me. And that is the tale of the farmer and the devil on the Island of Popefigs from France. Thank you for listening to our story. If you enjoyed it, we recommend taking a look at our Patreon page, as noted in the description below. You can earn great rewards while also supporting us, to keep these stories alive for generations to come. Also, remember to subscribe to us on your podcast app, and leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed this story. A special thank you to Kat for their support this month. Without your contribution, we wouldn't be able to continue these stories, and we truly appreciate it. Visit theskullcircle.com to stay up to date with all of our current events, news, and much more. Not only that, but you can also visit our story archive of every tale we have ever told. It's sorted by origin and region for the convenience of your listening pleasure. Thank you for listening to our story.